So getting back to the code, we need to go through and have a way to count how many guesses were taken. So I'm going to go up here actually to the beginning of my code, and I want to create a variable. Now, a lot of times, variables will be listed towards the beginning of the code, so someone knows exactly what types of variables are available. So in this case, I'm going to have an overall variable called guesses taken. So I'm going to go ahead and put my hashtag up here, and I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be the guesses variable. So I'm going to say guesses taken. Okay, again, using that camel case. So I've got the first word lowercase, and then the second word has an uppercase for the second part. And I want to start this at 0. So I want to make sure someone starts it with 0. Then going back down here to line 15, and I'm going to push enter and go to line 16. What I'm going to say is that for, so it's kind of a buzzword in coding world. You do something for so long, for so many times. In this case, we're going to say for guesses taken in range, and we're going to say 6. So this means that the person is going to have 6 chances to do this. Now again, we could go through and change this up to make it 10 chances or 20 chances or 2 chances, but this is where we're going to do that with my colon here. So whatever's underneath here is going to repeat until the variable guesses taken gets to 6. Although technically it's going to be less than 6 because the first time to do it is going to be time 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Okay, so technical little thing there about coding. So I'm going to push enter, and you're going to see that it's going to indent, which is what I want it to do. And I'm going to go ahead and have it print. Again, I'm going to go ahead and use a string. So I want to go ahead and put the parentheses in for the argument, and then also the quotation marks in there for the words. And I'm just going to say take a guess. So then I need to create an input so the person can actually take a guess of some sort. So I'm going to say guess equals input. So same thing that we did before with the name. That's not really changed a whole lot. So now next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that the computer sees the input as an integer, so as a number as opposed to a string. So the next thing I'm going to do down here is I'm going to go ahead and define guess. And I'm going to say it's going to be an integer. And it's going to be the integer guess. So again, we got guess in there twice, but it's just saying that it's going to turn that into an integer. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go down here. And I think I need to put another comment in here so we make sure we know what is what. So I'm going to go ahead and put my hashtag in here. So this is going to be outcomes for not guessing the number. Now, I really could do this a couple of different ways. One way I could do this is to say, well, the number wasn't right, and so it just says you're not right, or try again, or something like that. I'm going to make this a little more specialized, so that way it tells someone if they're too low or too high. The real difference is by saying it's too low or too high, you give someone a better chance of getting it. If you just say, nope, that's not the number, that doesn't really help them a whole lot. It doesn't really help them get closer to getting the number. So what I'm going to say first is that if guess, so think what their guess are taking, is less than the number, okay, with my colon here at the end, because I got to tell what it's going to do now. So we've got our guess being brought in from here. Our number here is defined up here as a random integer. So if it's less than that, I'm going to go ahead and push enter. You're going to see it's indent a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and have it print, and then put my quotation marks again. Your guess is too low. So pretty simple math up to this point. So if it's less than the number, it's going to say, yep, number's too low. I'm going to go down here. Now, I do have to hit the backspace key because I want to go back. This is going to be in the same level as the last guess thing, because I'm going to say if guess is greater than the number. Okay, and again, I'm going to push enter. It's going to indent once again. I'm going to have it print your guess is too high. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and hit return. So that's for not guessing the number. So I'm going to go ahead and go back out here, and now I want to add another little comment in here. Outcome for guessing the number. So we had the outcomes for the number not being guessed. Now it's time to do an outcome for what will happen if the number is guessed. So notice that I'm still in line with my 4 over here. So this is going to keep on happening until I hit 6 guesses. So I'm going to go down here and say if the guess that the user takes equals, and I know that was something that I discussed before with the age thing a little bit, but it was equals the actual number, colon, and I'm going to put break in here. Now again, that turned blue. Break means it's going to get out of this cycle. So it's not going to wait until someone gets all 6 turns. So if on the first turn someone gets it, it's going to break out of this loop that we created. So now we have to go through and keep on defining this a little more about what happens if someone does get the right number. So I'm going to go down here. So this is going to be outside of this loop. So I'm going to go over here to the very end for line 29. And continue on with my thoughts here. So if guess equals number. So now I'm going to go through a little more what's going to happen whenever if someone gets the number. So what we're going to do, first of all, because we're going to tell the person how many guesses it took. So we're going to go ahead and add into my line 30 here, guesses taken. And what equals, I'm going to put str. So it's going to turn it into a string at the end of this. So it's going to take the variable, which is guesses taken. And I'm going to add 1 to it. Now, the reason why I'm adding 1 is because, as I mentioned before, the first time someone goes through and they start off the game, they're actually starting at turn 0. So you kind of think about this of any video games you've ever played. A lot of them, at least, and most ones I could think of. After you have 1 life left. A lot of times you also have that 0 life left as well. So the same type of thing applies here. It's just kind of in reverse. So we have to increase our guesses by 1 because that will make the number accurate. Then, now that it's going to become a string, I can use it and put my number into a phrase here. So I'm going to go ahead and print. I'm going to say, good job. And this is where I'm going to put a comma and a space because I want a space here. And then I'm going to go ahead and also then add the my name from earlier that someone put in there. Then I'm going to add in the next part, which is once again in quotation marks. Put my exclamation mark in here. You guessed my number in. Okay, I'm going to get back out of the quotations here. Now, as I'm doing this, you'll see that I'm adding the plus, like for my name, for instance, because it's a variable that someone put into here. We have another variable coming up. We want to go ahead and make this guesses taken plus my quotation marks in here, space, guesses, period. So what it's going to look like, it's going to say good job, comma, and then space, my name, so whatever name that they put in there. And then it's going to have exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. You guessed my number in, and then we're going to use that guesses taken, and then do the guesses. So I'm going to go ahead and push my auto format here real quick just to make sure everything looks nice and cleaned up. So it did put a couple of extra spaces in here. You'll see some lines underneath here to kind of keep things lined up a little better. It also kind of pushes in a little bit, which is all fine. Okay, this should still all work the same. Now looking up here at line 35, it should be okay with guesses down that next line because it's still continuing inside that parenthesis. I'd probably go through though and just make it a little cleaned up in my own mind. I'm going to go ahead and put this up here on this line like that. Okay, but either one should be fine. So we've got that so far. So if I click on run up here, what is your name? Mr. B. Take guess. So if I were to get the right guess, hopefully it will go to that. Let's just see what happens if I try 5. 5 is too low. Okay, I'll try 10. 10 is too low. I'll try 15. 15 is too high. Try 13. 13 is too high. Try 12. Okay, I got it. So if I look at this, it seems like 12 makes sense from a logic standpoint. 5 was too low, 10 was too low, 15 was too high, 13 was too high, so that seems to work. I do have a little problem down here because I've got no space between in and 5. So I'm going to go down here to my code, and after in, I'm going to put a space in here. So that should make it sort of space between those two later on. So next thing I need to do, and last bit I need to do, is what happens whenever someone does not get the number. So I'm going to go down here a couple lines, and this is going to be on the same level as if someone gets the number. So I'm going to go ahead and back it on up here. Put my hashtag. The number isn't guessed. Okay. So to do this, I'm going to have to go through and do if again. Guess. Now, I remember I mentioned before on one of their videos about how equals means it does equal something. And this is the big reason why. Because we have to say not equal. And saying not in there is not really the best way to do it since we have the math symbol in there. So instead what we do is we do exclamation point equals. So that means it's not equal. I know it seems kind of weird, but that's the way that coding languages look at not equal. Number. So it's not equal to the number it finds. Then it's going to, or I'm going to make sure that the number, first of all, becomes a string. So str for string, number. Okay, so after this bit of code, it's no longer a number. It turns into a string. Then I'm going to go ahead and print a message to the user and say, nope. The number I was thinking of was, and then I'm going to go ahead and get out of this quotation mark set and add number. Now it's a string, so it can be used this way. Plus, and I'm going to go ahead and put my period at the end. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how this looks. So we could run this. Get rid of my comment there. It says, hello, what is your name? Okay, Mr. B. So what I'm going to do to kind of check and see what happens if I don't get the number is I'm just going to make one guess, too low. So I can keep on guessing 5. Okay, and it says, nope, number I was thinking of was 7. So it seems like it's working just fine. We'll run one more time to check and see if I can get the number this time and just make sure the number of guesses matches. So, okay, so first guess, we'll do 10. So that's too low. Second guess, 15. Too low. We'll do 18. Okay, we got it. So it says 3 guesses. I've got 1, 2, 3 guesses. So that must be right. So that's how you can add to this code. You can add a lot more to this. The next video that it's going to take us a little bit further is also going to allow us to put a little picture in here. So if someone does get it, it's going to show a smiley face. So I'll show you guys how to do that in the next video.